Welcome back to watching our documentary about the world of fly fishing and everything that goes with it. The second episode of our documentary takes us to another part of the Czech Republic. In the previous part, we visited a stunning mountain environment with a fly rod and talked about the basics of fly fishing and ethics. We found that fishing in the mountains is not easy, but it offers adventure and a connection with nature that always calls you back. We will definitely return to the mountain world. Fly fishing belongs there, just like the clouds in the hills. This time we will move in the nature around the cities and in the cities themselves. We will experience real hunting and much more. The nature around cities has its charm. Everything flows at its own pace. People and the river are connected. Where there is a river, there is life. Cities with rivers live to the rhythm of the river. Nature around cities flows at a different rhythm than in the mountains. The rivers are wider, deeper, and the fish are much bigger. Hunting in the city has its advantages. There are often more fish here, also because there are fewer predators. The river and its surroundings are much more rich in food than in the mountains. Life thrives better here, and so do the fish. We'll once again guide you through this documentary and take you on another amazing adventure with your fly rod. Our next amazing fly fishing journey begins. Before we go fishing, let's take a look at the basics of fly tying. We'll also look at a few basic patterns. Fly tying is a real art and also a lot of fun. It requires a lot of patience and precision. It's not as complicated as it looks. Let's take a quick look at one fly tying technique. We just tied a dry fly, CDC caddisfly. Let's use this fly to show the basic proportions and construction of artificial flies. We'll start from the back. The first part is called the tail, follows the body, then legs and finally wings. At the beginning of the hook is the head. This description fits almost all flies, and each part uses a specific material. Let's take a look at the basic materials necessary for fly tying. The first absolutely basic one is a rooster feather. More precisely, from the neck. It is used to tie the tail, legs, wings. Without this material, it is impossible to tie effectively. It is necessary to have it in several colors. Another material is called dabbing, and it is used on the bodies of all flies. The materials can be natural or artificial based. Another amazing material is fine ostrich feathers. Used for fly bodies, deer hair is very useful. Used for caddisfly wings and streamer tying. The material is hollow and tough. CDC duck feathers are very important. This material replaces traditional carved wings. It is also used for fly bodies. CDC floats well and creates natural movement on and below the surface. Peacock feathers are essential for tying bugs such as red tags, which is considered a basic fly. We must not forget about the tying threads that tie the material to the hook. Its properties will determine the durability of the fly. Artificial hair for making streamers is essential. And in different colors. Materials, but of course much more, but that would not fit into our document. Let's describe the basic tying tools. Vice revolving is the basic thing for tying. Here we fix the hook. Its quality is important for smooth and efficient tying. A wastebasket is very useful for maintaining order when tying and minimizing. Good quality sharp scissors are absolutely essential. Their quality also determines the result of fly tying. The second very important tool is the finisher. It is used to tie a lost knot, fix the thread, and finish the fly. For effective tying, you cannot do without this tool. Now we will show you in detail how to use the finisher. It takes a little practice, but it's not difficult. It's a wonderful invention and absolutely necessary. Fantastic tool. Another important tool is hackle pliers. They are used to create regular shaped legs. Now we will show you how to tie the legs with this tool. Nice and interesting. And it's quite simple. A little practice and it's done. Another tool is called a bobbin. It is used to secure the supply of thread and for tying the fly itself. Its quality will determine how comfortable you will be tying it. You need to have more of them for smooth tying. The varnish is used to fix the head. The varnish extends the durability of the fly. Another useful tool is the dubbing twister. It is used for conveniently layering dubbing onto the fly body. The last thing I'll show you is a comb. It's used, for example, to comb hair when making streamers. There are many more tools, but this is the absolute basics. Let's tie a caddisfly step by step. First, we tie the base of the body onto the hook shank. Next, we tie the tail. It is good to fix it with a finisher. Now we will tie the main body with a different color of thread. Fix again with a finisher. We will prepare and tie CDC wings. Next, we will tie the legs around the wings. We will tie one rooster feather. Using pliers, we create legs. Fix the legs and create the head. Use the finisher again. Trim CDC wings to desired length and shape. Trim anything that sticks out. Finally, we apply varnish to the head, which will fix the fly and ensure its durability. The fly is finished. Tying flies is neither easy nor too complicated. But if you start learning how to tie them, your fly fishing will take to the next level. It will become real fun and can become a lifelong hobby. We'll show you a few more fly patterns that we just tied. We could spend the whole day here, and there would still be plenty to talk about tying. But it's time to go fishing. Fly fishing is not just walking in nature, but also a hunting method to effectively catch fish. Our hunt will take place on lakes, rivers, streams. We will show you what types of fish can be caught on a fly. You may be surprised. Let's go fishing. We'll show you what you can catch with a fly. The hunt begins. Ready? The kingfisher is starting with our first catch. The first most commonly caught fly is trout. We catch it in all ways. On dry flies, nymphs, and streamers. It is a predator. It has tasty meat and is a strong fighter. We catch it wherever there is clean and cold water. That is where it lives best. The trout is a great fighter. Who will win? Another fight. Guess who wins? Dry action. Trout has no mercy. Fly fishing for carp is a real hunting experience. The carp fights like a bull and won't give up. This bulldog fish won't give you anything for free. Carp is most often caught with nymphs, but it can also be caught with small lures or streamers. Carp never give up and fight as long as they have strength. You can really feel it on a fly rod. Hunting for predatory fish, especially pike, is a real battle of hunter versus hunter. We mainly fish for pike with streamers, but they will not refuse even a larger golden-headed nymph. Look at how the streamer works in the water. No pike can resist it. Pike can be caught in both large rivers and lakes. Pike is a migratory fish and can also be caught in a mountain river or stream. It eats everything alive and chooses only a few. Its ferocity will surprise you. The pike fights like a lion. Jumping above the surface often helps it escape, but not this time. Today is Pike Day. We are catching one pike after another. They are not that big, but they are that much more aggressive. And another pike, that's the hunt. You can also catch zander with a streamer or nymph. This dogfish is a real predator. However, it is a moody fish, and it is not always easy to catch it. All predatory fish have very good meat. Zander has one of the best. Today, we are releasing them, but next time they will serve as a very good meal. Perch is also a common fly fish and can be caught with great efficiency with both streamers and nymphs. Asp fishing is a real experience. Asp hunting with great power and strength. Its attacks will surprise you. It is an ideal opponent for a fly rod. It is fished with nymphs, streamers, and even dry flies. Torpedo fish. Asp fish hunting is a truly addictive sport. Asp fish caught on a dry fly. Caught on streamer here. And here, caught on a nymph. Fly fishing for catfish is not easy. Catfish grow to considerable weight and size. A fly rod is not entirely built for these fish, but if we take your bait, it is a battle of nerves and patience, sometimes even a broken rod. Catfish are fished with streamers, but they can be caught with a large nymph. Fishing for chub is as exciting as fishing for trout. The choop is a fish that can be caught with nymphs, dry flies, and streamers. Its strength and fighting spirit can sometimes surprise. It is a fantastic fish for fly fishermen. Here we see how strong a trophy choop can be. This fish can surprise. When fly fishing, we often fish with multiple flies. Therefore, it is not uncommon to catch 2 fish at once. Roach is a slightly smaller fish, but it puts up a bigger fight. In the spring, catching this fish is great fishing. Barbel is the real queen of the rivers. We did not focus on them in this documentary, and their catches were rather random. They are a very strong opponent, just like carp, maybe more. Barbel is a fish that stays mainly at the bottom of the river. That is why we most often catch them with heavy nymphs. They are native fish species, and they must be respected. After a big hunt, it's good to stop for a while. Even though we are in the city, there is a lot of life by the river. In addition to the people flowing around the river, there is also nature, which has its place here. The rivers in the Czech Republic flow through beautiful historic towns where you can gain strength for your next adventure. A common bird around water in cities, ducks are amazing creatures. They maintain a balance between life in and out of the water. Their calmness will tell you that you are in the right place. It's amazing to watch them. They have their own rules and customs among themselves. The ducks rest several times a day, They have no predators in the city. They have a nice life here. Evening is often feeding time for ducks, just like for this duck family. The merganser is very common in cities. Like the otter, it is a very good fish hunter. Fortunately, the rivers and cities are full of fish, so there is enough food for everyone. It is a beautiful bird. The swan is an elegant and beautiful bird. It is very temperamental and will let you know if you get too close. We always keep our distance when fishing. Civilization and animals live together quite peacefully, as you can see. The black coot is another representative of the bird kingdom that will accompany you when fishing in the city. We must not forget the seagull. This bird is a very intelligent and voracious predator, and quite stubborn, as you can see. It is fun to watch. The kingfisher is a must-see in the city. It doesn't mind the busy city environment. There are more than enough fish in the water. It feels safe here. Even frogs feel safe here. The edible frog is an endangered species, yet it thrives in the city. This speaks volumes about the river's good environment. The rivers in Czech cities are relatively clean. That is why we can find a large number of dragonflies here. Our stop in the city by our river is full of contrasts. Yet we feel the dependence of the river and the city. It is a symbiosis. We are economically and mentally dependent on the river and nature. Let's not forget that. We are returning back to nature. The city is replaced by the peace of a small village and the nature around it. Both have their own, but nature is nature. Herons calmly hunt and stand like statues. This bird is truly majestic. Where there are herons, there are often many fish. We are back. So far we have experienced. We tied flies, hunted all kinds of fish, visited towns, and met their animal inhabitants. The last thing we'll take a quick look at is what fish eat. We carefully catch some aquatic insects in a bucket to take a look. Return the stones, and in a moment, we have a full container of aquatic insects. Let's take a brief look at entomology. Most aquatic insects have two stages of development, the nymph and the imago, which is the adult. The nymph lives in the water, and once it matures, it transforms into an adult, the imago, which lives above the surface and is winged. The imago is responsible for reproduction. It usually lives from 1 day to a few months. The nymph can live for several years. The first representative of aquatic insects is the caddisfly. It is one of the most numerous insect representatives in the river. The caddisfly larva is a yellow worm living in a box that it carries with it. It is its protection from predators. It is often caught from under rocks. It is not a predator. It feeds on dead remains that it finds in the water. When it swarms and transforms into an imago, it happens en masse, just like with mayflies. There are thousands to millions of them. It is a great spectacle. The fish then collect them en masse from the surface. It is necessary to have this fly in her box. Another very numerous representative is the mayfly. When it swarms into adults, there can be millions of them in a moment. It is a spectacle that usually happens in May when the water warms up. Its nymphs are the most numerous in the water and are the main food of fish. Here we see a nymph of the olive mayfly. As an artificial fly, it is called the olive dun. It is mainly found in cold rivers. Another numerous representative is the stonefly. This rather inconspicuous butterfly has really large predatory nymphs. Nymphs don't look very friendly. They are predators. So are nymphs of mayflies, dragonflies, mosquitoes, and other insects. Leeches also live in the water and are an important food for fish. We also tie them as artificial flies in the form of lures. Dragonfly larvae live in the water, which are quite large and have a hard shell. Dragonfly larvae are real predators. Gammarus, mosquito larvae, and a large number of insect species also live in the water. It would take several documents to cover the whole range. Maybe we will focus on them in the future. Walking through the countryside to catch fish never gets boring. During the journey, a person gets to know the landscape in which he lives. He listens to it and draws strength into ordinary human life. Fly fishing is said to be the king of fishing. If you get into it, you'll be hooked for life. This fishing technique is never boring. It is pure tactics, knowledge of nature, and a feeling for the moment. Whether you are fishing with a nymph, streamer, or dry fly, you always have endless possibilities to achieve a catch. The Czech Republic offers amazing opportunities for fly fishing. You can fish on rivers, streams, and lakes. Nature is in harmony with human needs here. Fishing production has its own tradition here. Fishing has always been a part of this landscape. In the first episode of our documentary, we visited the mountain environment and now around the cities. We can say that fish can be caught effectively by fly fishing in both environments. So we have a choice of what suits us. As you have seen, fly fishing is a very effective technique for catching many species of fish in different environments. And believe me, it is just as effective at sea. Fishermen and other people share the river together. The river is everyone's. It is free. There is plenty of space. Respect between fishermen, boaters, swimmers creates the peace that we all seek by the water. Water, movement, freedom while wandering through the landscape regenerates the human mind. The knowledge that we are a part of it all brings us the peace of mind that we so need in our civilization. While fishing, we have time to realize everything and live in the moment that we have. At the same time, we learn to respect the cycle of water and life in nature. All this makes our lives richer and brings us mental balance. Time by the water can also be spent simply relaxing. Being in nature is not just about fishing, but simply being there and listening to it. We are at the end of the second episode. I hope you enjoyed the documentary and will watch the next episode. Go fishing and fly fishing. Respect nature, and it will repay you in the form of the rich life that was given to us. See you soon. In the next episode, we will look at lake fly fishing. We are taking a closer look at fly fishing techniques. We will focus on the dry fly method. It will be a beautiful spectacle. We will look at some flies and their use in hunting. Don't miss the beautiful spectacle of nature and everything that comes with fly fishing. If you enjoyed our documentary, you can look forward to the next episode, which will take us deeper into the spirit of fly fishing.